Hey, what's up guys? BriarRabbit here, and today I got some pretty exciting stuff to share with you. This weekend there was an investor and kind of early press viewing of the new Xbox 720, and they shared some of its specs. They shared a little bit about what's going to happen when it's released, what versions are going to be available, what are the specs. You know, this is really the first official stuff I think that's been released by Microsoft about the Xbox 720, and it's pretty exciting. Sorry for the gameplay, it's a long gameplay, but I needed a long gameplay. This one was sitting on my hard drive from when I did the Peacekeeper versus MTAR shootout. So, you know, it's a little slow in some parts, but I needed a long gameplay, and this is it. So let's start off with what's been leaked. First of all, while there hasn't been any confirmation on when the actual Xbox 720 is going to be released, although everybody's kind of expecting it to be in the holiday season of 2013, they did say that the E3 will be Party Central, and that's in quotes, Party Central. So that, I think that's going to be the big reveal. I don't think that's any secret, but it's kind of the first confirmation about it by Microsoft that we've heard. And that's pretty exciting because E3 is right around the corner. The new 720 will also have 3 times the processing speed of the current 360. That's a big boost, right? It's not as big as it could be, but you know, it does have to kind of fit into some kind of cost structure. If they put the absolute fastest processor they could find in there and the best graphics card they could find, the thing would cost like $2 grand, $3 grand. Like, that's the cost of a PC, because this thing really is a PC, much more so than I think the previous generations. This one really has, I think, stock PC hardware in it, maybe modified a little bit, but we'll see about that. Anyway, so 3 times the power, that's good. It's not as good as I'd like to see. You know, I'd rather get a $200 Xbox 720 with 80 times, but you know, 3 times is good. So there's no hard release date. It looks like it's going to be holiday 2013. Everybody's been predicting that, but still no information. Now, what we do have information on is that there's actually going to be 2 launch versions. There's going to be, it's going to be kind of like the 360 in that there's going to be a cheaper arcade version and a more expensive pro version. This is something that I didn't really like about the Xbox 360 launch, because it kind of splintered the user base, right? Some people had hard drive, some people had to buy those little memory cards, and it kind of was real inconvenient for, and also if you were trying to get one early on, a lot of the more expensive ones with the hard drive attached were out of stock, so you had no choice but to kind of piecemeal your Xbox 360 together. In fact, I still have one of those launch systems. It's got the white tray instead of the silver tray, and that didn't come with a hard drive, it didn't come with any memory, and it was expensive to put it all together when all was said and done. But the new one is going to come, both versions are going to come with a hard drive. The arcade is going to come with a 320 gigabyte hard drive, and a 500 gigabyte is going to come in the Pro. The pricing on these 2 options is unknown. I'm hoping that it's going to be, you know, like maybe $400 for the Pro and $300 for the arcade, but there's really, that's just my hopes. I have no information to base that off of. You know, the difference in price between a 320 gigabyte hard drive and a 500 gigabyte hard drive is not very big. So I'm hoping maybe they'll put a couple pack-in video games into the 500. Maybe there'll be a wireless controller in the 500 and a wired one. Who knows, right? We have no idea what the controller situation is going to be at all. There will also be a 1 terabyte hard drive available as a separate purchase. The fact that the biggest hard drive available is going to be 1 terabyte leads me to believe that these are probably 2.5 inches. They're not the 3.5 inch you'd see in a desktop system. Otherwise, I would think that for the same price, they could put, you know, a 2 or 3 gigabyte hard drive in these things, and it'd really be future-proof, but that's not what's happening, so that leads me to believe that the form factor is going to be kind of smaller. Still don't know what this thing's going to look like, right? So we don't know what the prototype, we know what the prototype consoles look like, but we don't know what the final packaged console is going to look like. We're hoping to find out at E3. I don't know if we're going to find out before E3. I figure they'll unveil it, you know, big to-do, show us what the new console is going to look like, show us what the new controller is going to look like, show us a bunch of games. But as we kind of move on from the PS3 announcement, I wonder if there's going to be more excitement to see what the Xbox 720 is going to look like, or less. You know, PS3 still hasn't shown theirs. I suspect we won't see what the PS4 looks like until E3, just to make it a big announcement, really exciting announcement. The technical specs, we already kind of knew these, but these, you know, this is another confirmation. It's going to be an AMD 8-core, 64-bit, 1.6 gigahertz CPU. Now, 1.6 gigahertz isn't that fast. I have a 2 or 3 year old computer that I think is 2.6 gigahertz, but it's 8-core. That's amazing, because what we'll see is a lot of multi-threading stuff easily done on the Xbox. That should make things like, I don't know, processing all sorts of stuff at the same time much easier on the Xbox. And that should make things like, I think AI would benefit from this. Graphics is really going to go to the graphics CPU or the graphics card. I don't know. This should be really exciting, though. That's a lot of cores. It should be a really powerful chip. It's going to be DirectX 11.x compatible with an 800 megahertz GPU. DirectX 11 is kind of the newest of the PC DirectX APIs. You see that in Windows. The fact that it's got the newest one is good. It'll hopefully kind of look on par with all the newest games and hopefully be very future competitive. 800 megahertz GPU and 8 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM. Now we know that the PS4 is going to have slightly faster RAM than DDR3, so it'll be interesting to see if that really makes much of a difference. Xbox Smart Glass is still a feature in use. So this, if you'll remember, was showed off as something that could be used on either like an iPad, an iPhone. I think there's an iPad and iPhone app out now for this. It's got limited functionality with the 360. We'll see what the functionality might be in the new console. It should also be probably compatible with Microsoft's mobile operating systems like Surface, Surface Pro, the what is that, Windows 8 RTA or whatever that like smaller version of Windows 8 is. I would think that for the new Windows 8 phones that it should be available there too. So, you know, that's okay. That's not really why I game. I don't care about that stuff so much. But, you know, hey, you know, cool gadgets are fun, and I like to play with them just like anybody else. So there was no word on Kinect 2.0, so I think we can be pretty sure that Kinect 2.0 is going to be included with the system. I wonder if maybe it'll be included with the Pro and not the arcade, or if, you know, I'm almost positive that it's going to be a pack-in with every system, but if they decide to splinter the user base again like they did with the 360 by including this time an arcade with arcade without a Kinect and a Pro with a Kinect, then I think that's a big mistake, because then developers aren't going to be able to rely on it being there, and it's going to be a huge problem. It's, you know, it's just not going to get accepted by the users again. Kinect to me has been fairly disappointing technology for the 360. If they improve it, maybe it'll be, you know, maybe it'll be something I want to check out. Maybe it won't. I don't know. So. Also, no word on that immersive technology being implemented. This is the Illumina or illumination. Basically, it illuminates your room to kind of match what's on the screen. And there's a pretty good video floating out there where it actually like shows maps like on your walls all around your room. It's actually a pretty cool looking feature, so I'm pretty excited about that. Looks like I'm out of time, so if you like this video, please hit that like button. If you'd like to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you know, put them down in the comment section. I read every comment, I swear to God. I try and reply to all of them too, even if they're not a question, just to make sure everybody knows I'm in there. Up on the screen, you can see a couple videos you may have missed. On the left, episode 5 of the Best Weapon Shootout, the Peacekeeper versus the MTAR. And on the right, a fun video I did. I tried Onslaught's Naked Challenge. It was a lot of fun to try. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.